to A Well-Designed Business. My name is LuAnn Nigara, and I'm so glad you found this podcast. Together with my husband Vince and our partner Bill, we have grown our company WindowWorks from the ground up. So I know and I understand the challenges you face in running your interior design business. I also know that your talent alone isn't enough to ensure your success. So on this podcast, we talk about strategies and practical steps to help you grow your business. But make no mistake about it, we have our share of fun here too, mixed in with those aha moments that I love so much. This isn't fluff. Nobody has time for that. Whether you are a new interior designer or a seasoned designer, I am here to help you create and to manage the kind of interior design firm that you dream of. It's straight talk and it's action. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hi, welcome to A Well-Designed Business. It is What Would Lou Do Day. This is the day where I answer your questions. So if you have a question for me, please send it to LuAnn'sBlog.com/What Would Lou Do? And I'll answer your question on air too. So first, let's take a hot minute to thank Article for sponsoring the show. Article is your go-to now for quality furniture that can be delivered fast and easy directly to your client. It doesn't have to go to a receiver. That's right. It can be delivered right to your client's home, even if they only want it delivered to the garage. This is important now because I know many people are out there making changes in their home while they're locked in. And why not let them know that you can help? Mid-century style furniture to update their offices, living rooms, dining rooms, and outdoor spaces. Open your trade account today. Go to welldesigned.article.com. That's welldesigned.article.com. All right, so here is our question today from Christina in Easton, Pennsylvania. She says, "Hi, LuAnn. I am considered a #baby designer. And although I've worked for interior design and architecture firms for over 15 years, currently I have a full-time job and the design is my side hustle. Very similar situation to how Cheryl Luckett started. My business started in 2018 with a design builder reaching out doing commercial work. I'm currently struggling with expanding my prospects beyond client referrals. I want to know what is the best way to get in front of prospective businesses and which social media platform to use." Okay, so Christina, first of all, I want you to reframe this. You know, you're almost feeling, and it's almost feeling like, you know, you're struggling to expand prospects beyond client referrals, as if that's a less than, right? And I want you to understand that you really should be leaning into the referral business all you can. These are your best clients, okay? Number one rule of sales, sell more things to the same people. These are the people who know your work, who like your process, who regard you and value you. So I would rather you look for more ways to keep them engaged with you, to make them remember who you are, so when they need you again or they have the opportunity to refer you, you are the only designer they think of, okay? And I'm going to tell you something. It's a hard lesson, but sometimes doing a good job, even doing an amazing job, is not enough to be remembered. You think it's not true, but it is. And I tell you guys all the time how at this stage, WindowWorks is a 60 to 65% repeat and referral business. And the thing is, I always come across people in restaurants or somewhere, like a previous customer in a restaurant or somewhere, and we catch up. And I'm talking about the kind of person that it's like, I know that lady. Oh, yeah, that's who she is, right? Not like my A-list clients that I see over and over again, right? But, you know, you'll be standing there in a restaurant, I'm like, I remember you. And she looks at me and I'm like, hi, I'm LuAnn from WindowWorks, right? And so what happens is, we start catching up, and then ultimately, oh, you know, how about this or what's with that? And she'll say, oh, no, we don't have that house anymore. We moved a few years ago. And I think to myself, really? I don't remember you calling me for the window treatments in the new house. I mean, like, what happened? Everything was fine. And, you know, every once in a while, I'll just say to them, hey, why didn't you call us? I mean, who did you use to do your window treatments? Why didn't you call us? And do you know that I've had all kinds of different answers to this, but one answer has been, you know, I really wanted to call you, but I couldn't for the life of me remember the name of your business. What? Like, what? And I'm a pretty good judge of character. Like, if I think, if you're lying to me, I probably can pretty much pick it up. There's a little shift in the body language and the eyeballs, the whole thing. It all happens, right? So I'm talking about times when I really believed them, that they didn't remember who we were, right? And then other times people will say to me, I actually intended to call you, and I ended up calling another company, and I didn't realize it wasn't you guys until they were in the house and we were in the process. And then I was like, oh, whatever. This is fine. Let's just do it. Yeah. These things happen. Like, it's crazy. You just stand there and you're like, this is my business, lady. Like, right? So, a project that goes right, that goes smoothly, that everything is just so, is sometimes just not memorable. Right? Everything, it's just like one more person in their house and a long line of people hired throughout their life to do stuff in their house. Okay? So especially in this boutique commercial environment, you're probably not having these big, long conversations in their bedrooms, in their bathrooms, in their kitchens like residential designers are and like window treatment people are, that you think they'd remember your name after moments like that, right? So I think that I want you to really concentrate on maintaining the relationships with these people, all right? And of course, now with email and sending newsletters, this is easier to do, but I want you to get a little bit deeper into that and think of actually ways that you can create a memory of yourself to them. And I would say for tips on this, remember, we had Stacey Brown Randall on the show. Stacey is also one of the co-authors of my second book, A Well-Designed Business, The Power Talk Friday Experts, Volume 1. Hint, hint, Volume 2 is on its way. But her chapter and her episode is all about leveraging those A-list clients and maximizing the great work that you've already delivered to them. And then going and creating a thoughtful system for maintaining the relationship with the people that you've already worked so hard and you've completed the work for. Okay? So she appeared in episodes number 93 and number 426. All right. And then you said, I would like to focus on boutique commercial interiors and try to find a space where I don't compete with architecture firms with in-house designers. In context, I live in Easton, PA, and sometimes I feel perhaps this is part of the reason that I can't grow. I completely identified with Susan Yelly in episode number 208. So for this one, Christina, I would say, okay, maybe it's a little harder to grow a large firm quickly in a more rural area, but anything is possible if you work smart, okay? And for the other thing I would say is, as unfortunate as it is, many architecture firms and builders may be laying off their in-staff designers because of our current economic situation. And of course, this is a sad circumstance for those people that are being laid off. But I do think it opens the doors for designers like yourself to get in, to do a job or two as a freelancer and have the chance to make an impression. All right. I'm also talking to kitchen showrooms like that have been laying off people as well, laying off their designers as well. So the thing is, some of these mid-sized firms are not sure what their pipeline is going to look like over the coming months. And so they have, contracted and reduced their in-staff personnel. And they're going to probably turn more to outsourcing, where they can hire you as they need you and not worry about carrying your salary and your benefits and stuff, not knowing what the pipeline is going to look like. So I would say find out where they are hanging out in Easton, right? Where are the people that could refer you to boutique commercial work? So I would look for the organizations that have architects, property developers, builders, and realtors, all right? Commercial realtors. Now, I don't know. I mean, I'm familiar with Easton, so I know that it's not this, bustling metropolis, right? But, maybe you have to join an association in Philly or in Trenton or Morristown, okay? But even statewide organizations that maybe the home chapter, the home, base is in Philly or might be in Newark or Trenton or something, they're more likely to have meetings that travel around the state, okay? And who knows, maybe some of these organizations are turning to virtual meetings now amid everything that's happening. So the other thing is that we've had designer after designer tell us on the show to work with more architects, go where the architects are, okay? And the other thing I would do is I'm telling you, take this to the bank. I would do this. I would literally call any architect, any property developer, any commercial realtor in Easton and introduce myself to them. And I'm saying the word any, but I actually mean the word every. That's the word I actually mean. Every architect, every property developer, every commercial realtor in Easton. Because what I would know is I started out on my list that I'm probably going to make 50 phone calls before I get one yes. So I'm not going to be daunted by, oh my God, the 5th phone call and nobody wants to have a coffee date with me or nobody will even listen to what I'm doing. Okay, so just set your brain on this and get to going on it, all right? Now, this is probably one of the cool things about being in a small rural town. People will probably appreciate the personal outreach, right? One thing is it can't hurt. That's the truth, okay? Now, for episodes on how to reach out to architects and how to build a commercial firm, these are the shows that I would go back and listen to. Anita Dawson, number 281, How to Work with Architects and Builders. Judy Kiefer, number 276, How to Build a Hospitality Commercial Firm, and Angela Harris from Trio Environments, number 245. Okay, so these are all great. I remember each of these ladies very vividly, and they each had a lot of nuts and bolts strategies for how they made their connections in growing their businesses in exactly this field. Okay, so please listen to these shows. And then lastly, which social media platform should you use? All right. Of course, my knee-jerk reaction is Instagram, right? I mean, isn't that what we all think? But I'm not so sure. I think what I would do is when I would be making that list of all the architects, realtors, developers in my town of Easton, I would also take notice on their websites how active their social media game is. Do they have Instagram accounts, Facebook accounts? And if they do, go to them. It's like, they haven't been a post in, 100 years. So, and my second thought, I have to say, and probably the better thought for you is I'll bet LinkedIn is where you should spend your energy. I'll bet if you created a great profile, and I happen to notice on your website that you blog, Christina. So what if you started to create blog posts that teach, help architects, commercial realtors, speak to them? All right. Think about what could you do that you could write in your blog that would be of value to them. And I'll bet that if you start to spend time posting your blogs to LinkedIn, engaging in conversation, I'll bet you can take a few cold prospects over time and warm them up to the point where you could ask for a coffee meeting or possibly to meet up with them at a networking event. All right. So for Petite Commercial, that's the play I would make. I would connect on LinkedIn in my area with commercial realtors, small commercial lenders, as well as the architects and the developers. All right. Now, for shows on LinkedIn, we have had AJ Wilcox, which was episode 219, and Sarah Santa Croce, which was episode number 438. So, Christina, thank you for writing in. I hope you found at least a tiny nugget in here to get you going on the path to building your pipeline. I also want to thank Monogram for sponsoring the show. If you missed it, please go listen to last week's show, number 536, where I welcome Monogram as a sponsor. We had a chance to learn all about their products and their designer program from Rob and Alex. So please go to monogram.com/LuAnn for more information on the beautiful products that Monogram offers and how to be a part of their designer trade program. All righty. Thank you. Thank you for joining me today. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling your friends about the show. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes, and just plain thank you. I have to say, I love doing this, and I am really just so grateful that you let me know that it makes a difference to your business. You know, that's the juice that keeps me going every darn day. Decide to be excellent. Thank you so much for joining me again today. This podcast is a production of WindowWorks, your resource for custom window treatments and awnings. To learn how we can help you on your next interior design project, go to www.windowworks-nj.com. And if you're interested in working with me on your business, either through masterminds or one-on-one coaching, or you want to know how to get my book, The Making of a Well-Designed Business, or you just want to know what's going on in the podcast land and where I'm going to be, all of that is found at LuAnn Nigara.com. Thank you so much. Have an excellent day.